Hi, I'm Glenn Kepke, Vice President, Industry Strategy for Logistics Service Providers here at FourKites. Our Premier Carrier List represents our highest achieving carriers across all modes in all regions of the world within FourKites. These companies have invested in achieving the highest data standard as well as the highest data consistency standard for providing pickup, in-transit, and delivery visibility at every step of the way for that entire shipment journey. What the first half of 2023 saw is a really changing time in the freight market. Pricing changed significantly, capacity changed all of a sudden, and the trying times from the shipper side now shifted to being a trying time from the carrier side. What our data shows is that the top performing premier carriers, although volume was overall down for those industries, what we saw is their volume increased 29%. On the flip side, non-premier carriers unfortunately lost volume. In total, for the first half of 2023, they actually declined their overall shipment volume by 6%. What that tells us is carriers and brokers that are invested in visibility and invested in a premium level of service offering will absolutely grow their market share through their shipper relationships and their 3PL relationships. Volume isn't the only metric that stands out for our premier carriers. Service is a huge component of what separates the leaders from the laggards. In the first half of 2023, what our data showed is premier carriers delivered on time or early to the appointment at over 70%. That is a huge component of supply chains being able to operate efficiently. On the flip side, non-premier carriers delivered late or very late on 46% of those deliveries and deliver early on 34% of those shipments. The key for supply chains to be running is consistency and delivery on time. Visibility unlocks that for all partners, whether carriers, whether brokers, 3PLs, and shippers. The connective tissue is understanding where your goods are and where that asset is every step of the way. There are three major impacts that premier carriers are able to drive for. One is this concept of shipper of choice. This has been around for about a decade, where shippers have invested in streamlined operations and ultimately to make the driver's life easy, right? The less time that they're at the facility, the more time they're on the road, and that truck is destined for its destination. What that allows is reduced dwell, reduced time that impacts hours of service, and ultimately a more sustainable supply chain. We all talk about green earth. One of the best ways for shippers and carriers and brokers to achieve that is have the truck idling as few minutes as possible as part of its journey. The second thing that we see is the financial aspect. Shippers and brokers often are selecting carriers based on their historical performance and their ability to perform services along the transit. Carriers that are invested in visibility, that are able to help this autonomous and automated supply chain is a big factor to that financial benefit as carriers receive their shipper and broker awards for freight. Lastly is operational efficiency. Every carrier, every broker, every shipper is strapped for resources. We know that for every 6 open jobs in supply chain, there's only one skilled professional to do it. Our assets are people, and the more efficient we can make them, and technology is a huge enabler to that, it allows your resources, your sales teams, your customer service teams to service your shipper partners and your 3PL partners to offer the highest level of service in the market. The high quality and consistent data that premier carriers are able to achieve unlocks many different things for transportation and logistics operations. It helps create awareness to estimated truck arrival, which unlocks the ability for warehouses and labor to operate more efficiently. And ultimately, it allows companies to collaborate within the platform, but also to understand where raw materials are and finished goods are at every step of the way within the journey. If you have an interest to learn more about how to achieve the Premier Carrier List status, please check out our website at FourKites.com.